So, and when we had a conversation during lunch about this, there was this beautiful term that you mentioned, because you have to stay calm under fire, but you used a word, and I had to look it up, equanimity. Have you heard of this? I saw it in the Guy Ritchie movie earlier this week as well. Guy Ritchie can make all kind of movies. Anyway, so somebody was smiling at me, the other one was going, no, just move on. So moving on from Guy Ritchie, equanimity, and I said to you I would look it up, and I did. So if in a dictionary it says evenness of mind under stress. Equanimity suggests a habit of mind that is only rarely disturbed under great strain. Now, the reason why I love it so much is because as a leader in business, it's very relevant to all of us as well, right? And especially in a world we live in today, where there's shortages of land and people and cash and so on and so forth. So there's lot more pressure on us as leaders today than ever before. But in your world, where you've come from, that word obviously means a lot more as well. So can you share with us some of the things that you've done with yourself and also with your teams to cultivate that level of equanimity that you were after, that we can maybe take something from?
So we start with that raw product. So it is about getting the right people that can operate under stress. The other thing we do through that 15 months and then the continual training cycle, because we train all the time, is we expose ourselves to as many scenarios as we can, so that come the day of the race, come the battle, come the situation, come the crisis, the brain sits there and goes, all right, I've been here before, and it can kick in quickly. The other thing we do a lot of rewiring of the neural pathways through repetitive muscle memory, through drills, so that when something goes bang, literally, or something happens, and you go, we call it going into the black, everyone freezes. It's that freeze, fight, flight, fawn reaction. Everyone freezes. We try to keep it within the seconds or milliseconds. But if you've trained your body to react in a certain way under certain circumstances, it will start doing things before your brain catches up, or your logical, conscious thought process. So stress inoculation, we call it. So putting yourself under controlled stress to enable yourself to get used to it. I guess the analogy I use is the first time anyone drove a car on the road, you're a bit scared, a little bit of wee comes out, yeah, or a lot, depending on, yeah. It's like that, but as you get more and more accustomed to it, it becomes easier and you drive like a maniac, like I do.
One of the other things you said as well, which I thought was interesting, because again it relates to business, was in your field, nobody should ever do something for the first time during battle. And it makes so much sense when you say, but how many times in a commercial setting do we ask people to do things for the first time and then criticize for not achieving the results they should? Again, same philosophy, but in your world, super important, because otherwise people die, right?
Yeah, so when we do our planning, we look at all the what ifs, the so whats. We call it actions on, so it's contingency planning, so that we've gone through that and we'll rehearse that. You know, we'll war game it, we'll go and walk it through, talk it through, so that nothing should be, you know, when something goes wrong, breaks down, there's already a plan there to deal with it.
They say in business, and it's been around for a little while now, that culture is the biggest indicator of success. And you were saying culture within your world is extremely important as well. Can you tell us a bit more about what you've done to create the culture that leads to performance? Yeah,
culture's king. So it starts with the people, getting the right people that fit your business. You've got to have a purpose. You've got to have a raison d'etre, for want of a better term. What I found is that humans will do extraordinary things if they believe in the purpose, they know what the mission is, the task, and they're well led and they feel valued and cared for. And that's what we do. We might yell at them occasionally, but they usually deserve it then, but yeah. So that's how we foster that culture. The other thing we've got is we've got an identity. We've got a brand, you know, one of the most feared lethal brands in the world, the flaming sword of Excalibur, which is our cap badge, our beret badge, and the colour of the beret, the sandy beret. People have died, fought and died to build and hold that reputation. People have died in training to get that beret and the badge. So that's a strong. We're lucky in the sense that our forebearers have created that culture.
We've never lived in a more connected age as we do today, right? Social media, acquisitions and mergers. We've had some specialists on the panel, and they've said the same thing as well in terms of how much volume of that they're doing these days. So we're connecting human beings so many more ways than ever before. And so what's come from that connectivity is pulling people together to around a particular cause, or joining companies together. And then the culture piece comes back into it as well. And we've seen a lot of success stories and failures over the years in that regard. You've had to bring country heads together around a singular cause when they might have been spending time fighting each other for many years before to get a single outcome. What are some of the fundamentals that are involved with bringing people together from your perspective in that environment?
Again, it's being honest with them, being open, good sense of humour. So the Australian soldier is exceptional at winning the hearts and minds of local populace. From the kids through to the elders, it's about displaying respect for the culture, the beliefs of that society, about open engagement, that trust as much as you can, and then helping empower them and making sure, being true to your word. If you say you're going to do something, do it. And that's leadership right there. We are the main tenet of our leadership philosophy, doctrine if you like, is lead by example, lead from the front. Never ask anyone to do anything that you won't or haven't done yourself. There's been many times when with partner forces, one in Afghanistan where we had partner force stacked on a door to go into a compound. They didn't want to go, so I took the lead, went in. They followed eventually. Not very quick though. And again, it's the cause. If you believe in the cause, that purpose, that mission, and tying the mission into that greater good, that benefit for those people. And Afghanistan was a great. If anyone's ever seen 12 Strong, the story of Task Force Dagger, trying to get, I forget his name, the warlord up there, but that place is just a collage of warlords and getting them to work together for a common purpose. Once you get them on side, they're fine, but once that purpose has either been diminished or completed, then they usually go and fight themselves again. So, but yeah.
Fair enough.